Mr. Brew, what is the latest situation then now with the Solway Harvester, 11 years on?
Regrettably, it remains the same. The department owns the boat now and has done for a year or two. But a long time ago, the department gave a commitment to the families that it would retain the vessel in case it was needed for any future court action, and that still remains the case.
So where are we up to then with this action?
As far as I'm aware, the family were pursuing a claim for damages with the previous owner, but I'm aware that has not produced anything, and therefore the families were actively considering taking the matter back into the Scottish court process. So we are retaining the vessel as we've previously committed to doing until that process has come to an end, or the families through their advocates advise that they don't want it.
Well, that could be many more years then.
It could be, but I think that's just the nature of the incident and the process that the families want to pursue. The Isle of Man government and the Department of Infrastructure is very aware of its responsibilities to the family and the commitments previously given. So we're holding on to it. It doesn't cost us a great deal in terms of expenditure or effort. It just is a nuisance, but no more than that. We can tolerate that because they have to bear far more.
But nevertheless, you do have to do some work on it, don't you, to keep it afloat?
Not to keep it afloat, no. We simply check it to make sure there's no build-up of water inside it, check the moorings and check the hull every now and again. Very minor maintenance, really quite minor, no real issues.
Oh, so it just sits on the floor all the time, does it, on the ground?
It floats occasionally, but it does sit on the bottom, so it's of no real concern to us. It hasn't caused us any concern for a long time, so I don't see from my perspective, I don't see keeping it for another little while is going to cause us any problem.
Do you think we'll be talking about it this time again next year?
History would suggest that we will, but I hope for the family's sake that it comes to conclusion speedily.
And how has the decision been made on what to finally do with the vessel once all the litigation's out of the way?
The department weighed up the options open to it some time ago and concluded that putting it back on the seabed, sinking it where it came from, would not be in the interests of maritime safety. We'd be putting an obstruction back where there wasn't one now. Having removed it, it would seem very strange to put it back. So the department's concluded that it would not wish to put the vessel back on the seabed, and therefore the only realistic option would be to scrap it. Where we would do that, we're not quite sure. Probably on the Isle of Man, because that's where we'd like to do the work. But that detail has yet to be finalised.
So it goes on, the sod goes on, but you do own the vessel, don't you, at the moment? It's yours at some stage to get rid of then?
Oh yes, I can't remember exactly, it's about 2 years ago now. We actually had ownership transferred to the department of what was then transport, but yes, we do own it, and it will be for the department to decide how to dispose of it. Obviously we'll do that in conjunction with the families.
Thanks for watching. Please help support Modern Manx history and keep this channel going.